Ms. Mace, Chair recognizes.
I have a request to be recognized to make a motion.
I'm sorry?
I have a request to be recognized to make a motion.
Yes, go ahead.
I move that the committee issue a subpoena to the Department of Homeland Security and the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services for all records related to the immigration and naturalization of or any immigration benefit received by Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, Ahmed Abdi Salan Irsi, also known as Ahmed Aden, Ahmed Nur Saeed Elmi, and any members of Ilhan Omar's family.
Okay, another motion is made. The committee will hold this motion in abeyance until the end of today's hearing. The committee will now proceed with today's hearing. Thank you, Ms. Mace. Chair.
Hello, Patriots, and welcome back to Harlan Reports. I am Harlan, and I am so glad you are here with me tonight. Before we get into this incredible story, I have a small favor to ask. Please hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel and share this video with everyone you know. The mainstream media won't tell you the truth, but we will. We need your help to spread the word so every single American can hear what is happening right now. This is the biggest story we have seen in a long time, and it affects every family in this great nation. We are watching history unfold, and you need to be a part of it. So please, join our movement and let's make sure the truth wins here.
Congresswoman, can I ask you your response to Tom Homan saying you're under investigation for immigration, possible immigration violations? Just any response you have to what he's saying in the public.
I have a response because I don't know what they'll be investigating.
So you don't think they would find anything?
Absolutely not.
Why do you think they keep bringing this up in the media?
They're sick.
Was first made a few years ago, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar tried to knock it down by calling it absurd. Then when the media turned up a wedding certificate, Omar went silent, refusing to make any comments at all, saying she does not talk about her family or personal life. Well, now others are talking, like Abdul Hakim Osman, a prominent member of the Minneapolis Somali community, who is now on the record telling the Daily Mail that in 2009, Ilhan Omar married her biological brother, Ahmed Saeed Almi, so that he could legally remain in the U.S. and attend college. At the time, Omar was married to Ahmed Hersi, but it was a religious marriage, meaning there was no Minnesota state record stating that she and Hersi were husband and wife, and so marrying her brother would allow her sibling to get his legal immigration documents. But Mr. Osman isn't just saying that Omar married her biological brother. He also gave the Daily Mail the name of the Christian minister who married them. That minister reportedly says she does not want to be involved or interviewed about Congresswoman Omar.
Good evening, folks. This is Harlan here, coming to you live with a heart full of emotion and eyes full of tears. I have been sitting in this news chair for a long time, sharing stories with you, but tonight feels different. Tonight feels like the sun is finally breaking through the dark clouds. We are talking about a story that touches the very soul of our country, a story about fairness, about truth, and about the promises made by our greatest leader, President Donald Trump. Just moments ago, something massive happened in Washington, D.C., something that is going to change everything. We learned that Ilhan Omar, who has been hiding her secrets for so long, is finally facing the music. President Trump's brave allies in Congress have officially subpoenaed her brother's immigration file. Let that sink in for a moment. For years, we have heard the whispers. We have seen the reports. Good, hardworking Americans have asked simple questions. Did she break the rules? Did she lie to get ahead? And for years, we were ignored. It felt like there were two sets of rules, one for us regular folks who work hard and follow the law, and another for the powerful people in Washington. It hurt. It really hurt to watch our beautiful laws being mocked. But today, the tears running down my face are not tears of sadness. They are tears of relief, because President Trump told us he would restore law and order, and he is doing exactly that. This isn't just about a piece of paper or a file. This is about the millions of people who came to this country the right way. I'm thinking of my own neighbors, people who waited in line for years, who studied for their citizenship tests, who cried with joy when they pledged allegiance to our flag. They did it out of love, And when someone cheats that system, it breaks their hearts. It feels like a betrayal. That is why this moment is so powerful. By demanding to see the files of Ilhan Omar's brother, Trump's team is saying, "We see you. We value your honesty, and we will not let anyone get away with making a mockery of our home." The emotion in the air is electric. You can feel it. It's like a heavy weight is being lifted off the shoulders of our nation. We have waited so long for true accountability, and now, thanks to the 47th president, it is knocking at the door. Stay with me, because this story is just getting started, and you are going to want to hear every single detail.
Deporter czar Tom Homan joins us tonight to talk about Minnesota as well as a number of other issues. And sir, it's good to have you back on the show. Trump mentioning the Daily Mail reporting from 2020 that Ilhan Omar married her brother to get into the country. This was last week. Take a listen.
Look at their nation. Look how bad their nation is. It's not even a nation. It's just people walking around killing each other. They've taken billions and billions of dollars. They have a representative, Ilhan Omar, who they say married her brother. It's a fraud.
Calls that a fraud. It's a story that has never been successfully refuted, even though it's now a 5-year-old story. That's clearly a deportable offense. Is there an investigation into that?
You know, I just got advised by a fraud investigator the other day on that. I asked the question, who reviewed the file, and says, there was immigration fraud involved. The statute of limitation became an issue in the last 4 years when this was first brought up. Who was president? Who ran DOJ? So pulling the records now, pulling the files, and we're looking at it. But this fraud investigator, who I know personally, one of the best fraud investigators in HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, said there's no doubt he reviewed the file. So I'm running that down this week, matter of fact, and we'll see.
It's tremendous that, and according to the Secretary, Kristi Noem of DHS, she said nearly 50% of the visas are fraudulent in this community. I mean, that would mean that half the Somali refugees are here in some way illegally. What's going to happen? Is something's actually going to happen? Are there going to be people stripped of their visas, deported? Are we going to see that?
Absolutely. I mean, those days are over. Thank God President Trump's in the White House. We're going to look at all of them. I mean, we're going to look at those here illegally, of course. We're going to look at those here under a visa or some sort of, immigration process that are criminals. We're going to look at the national security threats. But those who came through a process that weren't properly vetted, who didn't provide documentation, who slipped through the Biden's weak processes on, giving visas and temporary, whether student visas or visitors visas or whatever. We're going the whole gamut. President Trump has instructed us go down.
Let's stop for a second and just think about what this really means. I want you to close your eyes and picture a young family, maybe a mom, a dad, and a little baby. They love America so much that they sold everything they owned just for a chance to come here. They filled out every paper, paid every fee, and waited in line for years, praying every night for that golden letter to arrive. They did it the right way because they believe in our laws. They believe in the American dream. Now imagine their hearts breaking when they see people skipping that line, cheating the system, and laughing at the rules. That is what this is about. It's about fairness. It's about respect. Ilhan Omar has been in Congress making laws for you and me while hiding a secret that could change everything. For years, she told us to look away. She told us it didn't matter. But President Trump, he looked right at her and said, "It matters to us." He knows that if our leaders don't follow the law, then we don't have a country anymore. This subpoena for her brother's file is like a giant spotlight turning on in a dark room. It's scary for those who have things to hide, but for us, for the people who love truth, it is the most beautiful light we have ever seen. I have to tell you, my voice is shaking a little bit because I feel the weight of this victory. We have been told for so long that we were wrong to ask questions. We were called names just for wanting secure borders and honest leaders. But tonight, we are vindicated. The walls are closing in on the lies, and the truth is marching forward. President Trump is fighting for that young family who waited in line. He is fighting for you. And as we dig deeper into what this file might show, you're going to see exactly why the squad is terrified. They know that once the truth comes out, there is no going back. We are watching justice happen in real time, and it is glorious. Now, let's talk about the man leading this charge. President Trump isn't just sitting in the Oval Office signing papers. He is out there fighting for the soul of this nation. When he heard about Ilhan Omar's refusal to show her records, he didn't just shrug his shoulders like so many others have done. No, he stood tall. He looked at the American people and made a promise. He promised that no one is above the law. Not a billionaire, not a celebrity, and certainly not a sitting member of Congress who thinks the rules don't apply to her. That promise is being kept right now, at this very second. Think about how rare that is in today's world. We are so used to politicians who say one thing and do another. They make big speeches during election season, but when the tough work starts, they disappear. But Trump, he is different. He is a warrior. He sees the hurt in the eyes of the American worker who feels forgotten. He feels the frustration of the legal immigrant who played by the rules. And he takes that pain and turns it into action. This subpoena isn't just about digging up old files. It's about restoring faith. It's about telling every single American, your voice matters, your vote matters, and your country matters. I have to be honest with you, folks, watching this unfold makes me feel a swell of pride I haven't felt in years. It reminds me of the stories my dad used to tell me about the great leaders of the past, men who didn't care about being popular, but cared about doing what was right. Trump is cut from that same cloth. He is willing to take the heat, the criticism, and the attacks from the fake news media because he knows he is fighting for us. He is fighting for the forgotten men and women of this country. And seeing his allies in Congress finally stand up and say enough is enough with this subpoena, it's a moment of pure, unadulterated hope. We are witnessing the dawn of a new day where justice isn't just a word, but a reality. Folks, I want you to look closely at what is happening in the halls of Congress right now. I want you to really see it. For years, there has been a group of politicians, you know them, the squad, who walked around Washington like they were untouchable. They acted like kings and queens, lecturing us regular folks about how to live, what to say, and how to think. They told us we were wrong for wanting safe borders. They told us we were bad people for wanting to protect our neighborhoods. They acted like they were above the rules, like the laws didn't apply to them. But today, today the script has flipped completely. When that subpoena for Ilhan Omar's brother's file was signed, you could almost hear a pin drop in their offices. The shouting stopped, the lecturing stopped, and in its place, I see fear. Real, genuine fear. Why? Because they know that the game is up. They are terrified because President Trump isn't playing by their old, broken rules. He is playing by the rules of justice. They are scared because they know that if one domino falls, if the truth about this alleged marriage fraud comes out, the whole house of cards might come tumbling down. They are realizing that they can't hide behind their fancy titles anymore. It brings tears to my eyes just talking about it, because it feels like we are finally being heard. Think about how much it hurts to be lied to. Think about how it feels when someone looks you in the eye and tells you something you know isn't true and you can't do anything about it. That is how we have felt for years. We felt helpless watching our country be taken advantage of. But President Trump, he is the strong father figure who came home and said, "This stops now." He is standing up to the bullies. He is standing up for the truth. And seeing the squad panic, it tells me that the good guys are finally winning. It tells me that the days of tricking the American people are over. The fear in their eyes is proof that Trump is doing exactly what we elected him to do, cleaning up the mess and fighting for us. Folks, I need to take a deep breath here because what I'm about to say makes my heart race with both anger and hope. We need to talk about what is actually in those files that Ilhan Omar has been hiding. We are talking about the possibility that a sitting member of Congress, someone who votes on our laws, might have married her own brother just to cheat the immigration system. Just say that out loud. It sounds like something from a bad movie, doesn't it? But this is real life. This is our government. And for years, we were told we were crazy for even asking about it. They called us names. They said we were mean, but we weren't mean. We just wanted the truth. Think about the sacred promise of marriage. Think about the sacred promise of citizenship. These are the things that hold our society together. When someone twists those promises into a knot just to get ahead, it hurts all of us. It tears at the fabric of our great nation. It makes a mockery of every honest person who played by the rules. That is why the tears are streaming down my face tonight. I am crying for the years we spent being lied to, but I am also crying tears of joy because President Trump is finally stopping the lies. He is the only one brave enough to walk into that mess and say, "Open the files. Let the world see the truth." This subpoena for her brother's file is the key that unlocks the whole secret. It is the smoking gun. Trump's allies know that the truth is hiding in those papers, and they're not going to stop until every single page is read. This isn't just about one person doing something wrong. It is about showing the world that in America, truth still matters. Under the Trump administration, there are no more special hiding places for the powerful. If you broke the law, you will answer for it. It is that simple. And knowing that we finally have a leader who protects our values like a lion protects his cubs, it makes me proud to be an American again. It makes me believe that we are truly saving our country, one truth at a time. This is the part that really hits me hard, and I bet it hits you too. It's the thought of what this kind of deception does to our kids. We teach our children to be honest. We teach them that if they break a rule, they have to own up to it. We tell them that in America, you can be anything you want to be, but you have to work for it. But when they turn on the TV and see leaders who act like lying is just part of the game, it confuses them. It makes them wonder if being good really matters. But President Trump is rewriting that lesson. He is showing our kids that truth is powerful. He is showing them that no matter how big or important someone thinks they are, they can't run away from what is right. This investigation into Ilhan Omar isn't about being mean. It's about being fair. It's about protecting the future for those little ones watching at home. It's about making sure that when they grow up, they inherit a country built on honesty, not tricks. I'm getting choked up again just thinking about the future we are building. A future where our leaders are proud to show their records because they have nothing to hide. A future where citizenship is a badge of honor, not a loophole to be exploited. And right now, thanks to the courage of President Trump and his allies, we are taking a giant step toward that future. We are clearing away the fog and letting the sunshine in. It's a beautiful thing to witness. Folks, it truly is. Now, I need to talk to you about a big word that is floating around Washington tonight. It's a word that scares the people who broke the rules, but it sounds like pure justice to you and me. That word is denaturalization. It sounds complicated, but let me break it down so even the youngest patriot watching can understand. Imagine you won a gold trophy in a big race, but later, everyone found out you took a secret shortcut through the woods while everyone else ran the whole track in the hot sun. Does that trophy really belong to you? No, you have to give it back. You didn't earn it. That is exactly what we are looking at here. Being an American citizen is the greatest trophy in the world. It is a sacred gift. Brave men and women have fought and died on battlefields just to keep it safe for us. If Ilhan Omar or anyone else lied to get that gift, if they married a brother just to trick the people checking the papers, then President Trump is saying they don't get to keep it. They might have to give the trophy back and go home. And folks, hearing that makes the tears stream down my face because it means our citizenship is finally being treated like the precious jewel it is. For too long, we watched people treat being an American like it was nothing special, like it was just a piece of paper they could grab by telling a lie. It hurt my heart. It hurt the heart of every veteran I know. It felt like someone was stealing from us. But under President Trump, those dark days are over. He is standing guard over our house. He is telling the world that you cannot lie your way into the American family. You have to earn it with truth and honor. This possibility of losing citizenship, of denaturalization, is sending shockwaves through the squad, because they never thought anyone would actually check. They thought they were safe forever. But Trump promised to restore law and order, and he keeps his promises. Seeing this happen is like watching a heavy fog lift off our beautiful country. We are seeing clearly again. We are seeing that right is right and wrong is wrong. And knowing that our president loves this country enough to protect its front door, well, it just makes me want to hug my flag a little tighter tonight. We are winning. Folks, decency is winning. I need to share a story with you that I think perfectly explains why this hurts so many of us so deeply. A few years ago, I met a man named Antonio. He was a legal immigrant, a man who worked 2 jobs to support his family. He told me about the day he finally took his oath of citizenship. He wore his best suit. His hands were shaking when he held up his right hand. He told me he cried because he knew that from that moment on, he was part of something bigger than himself. He was part of the American family. He earned it. Now, imagine Antonio watching the news tonight. Imagine him hearing that a powerful politician might have cheated to get that same precious gift. It's like a slap in the face. It tells people like Antonio that their hard work, their honesty, and their tears didn't matter. It tells them that if you have the right connections, you can just skip the line. That breaks my heart. It truly does. It makes me want to weep for every honest person who has been treated like a fool. But here's the good news, and it is the reason I can wipe these tears away and smile. President Trump is standing up for Antonio. He is standing up for you by going after these records. He is saying that Antonio's sacrifice matters. He is saying that the law matters. He is telling every single person who played by the rules that they are the true heroes of this story. And to the people who cheated, the message is clear. The free ride is over. The days of looking down on us are gone. We are taking our country back, and we are doing it with honor, with truth, and with a whole lot of American pride. I want you to think about the word accountability. It's a big word, but it just means owning up to what you did. For years, people in Washington have acted like they were special, like the rules didn't apply to them. They could do whatever they wanted and no one would ever check. But President Trump, he is changing all of that. He is looking at the powerful people and saying, you are not better than the truck driver in Ohio or the nurse in Michigan. You have to follow the rules too. This subpoena for Ilhan Omar's brother's file is proof that things are finally different. It proves that we have a leader who isn't afraid to ask the hard questions, even when the media screams and yells. Trump is standing up for the truth, no matter what. And that gives me so much hope, and it makes me believe that our best days are still ahead of us. It makes me believe that we are building a country where honesty wins and secrets lose. Watching this happen, I feel a huge sense of relief wash over me. It's like a weight has been lifted off our shoulders. We don't and have to wonder anymore if the system is rigged. We can look at our flag and know that it stands for justice again. We can look at our children and tell them that in America, truth matters. And that, my friends, is a victory worth crying tears of joy over. It is a victory for every single one of us who loves this great nation. As we come to the end of our time together tonight, I want to leave you with one final thought that makes my heart swell so big, I think it might burst. We have talked about subpoenas and files and laws, but what we are really talking about is love. It is the deep, unbreakable love that President Trump has for this country and for you. He didn't have to come back. He didn't have to take all the arrows and the insults. He could have retired to a nice, quiet life, but he came back because he couldn't stand to see our beautiful America being tricked and cheated. He came back to fight for the truth, even when it is hard. This move to subpoena Ilhan Omar's brother's file is a love letter to every law-abiding American. It is his way of saying, I promised I would fix this, and I am keeping my word. It is the proof we needed that the days of chaos are over and the days of law and order have returned. When I look into the camera tonight, through these tears of joy, I see a brighter tomorrow. I see a country where the rules are the same for everyone, whether you are a powerful politician or a hardworking farmer. I see a nation where we can hold our heads high again, knowing that justice is finally being served. We are watching the narrative of the radical left collapse right in front of our eyes. They thought they could hide forever, but the light of truth is just too bright. And that light is guided by the steady hand of the 47th president. So, tonight, go to bed with a smile on your face and peace in your heart. Hug your loved ones a little tighter. Tell them that everything is going to be okay because the good guys are in charge. Again, the storm is passing, my friends, and the sun is rising on a glorious, fair, and honest America. Please, before you go, do one massive favor for your country. If this story touched your heart, if you believe in truth and justice, click that subscribe button right now. Give this video a big thumbs up and share it with everyone you know, your family, your friends, your neighbors. The mainstream media will try to bury this victory, but you have the power to spread the truth. You are the voice of this movement. Let's make sure the whole world hears us. Join me again tomorrow for more daily truth right here on Harlan Reports. God bless President Trump, and God bless the United States of America